Today is day 973 of the Arukh HaShulchan. If you'd like to sponsor come share more of the Arukh HaShulchan, it'd be greatly appreciated. I made a mistake yesterday. I included Taf Reish Nun Hey Sib Gimel in yesterday's tape, yesterday's recording, whereas it was supposed to have been the first sif of today's recording. So instead of being from Taf Reish Nun Hey Sib Gimel to Taf Reish Nun Zayin Sif Aleph today, we're going to be doing Taf Reish Nun Vav Sif Aleph to Taf Reish Nun Zayin Sif Aleph. Salvation involves. You have that. You should pursue a splendid esrog. Splendid esrog. To do a hider mitzvah, you spend a third more than the mitzvah itself. Perish Rashi. If you have 2 weeks, you can purchase. One is more splendid than the other. If you add a third of the price, you can and take the more splendid one. It sounds like it's only if you haven't purchased one item. I mean, if you bought one, you don't have to go out and buy another one. Even if you already acquired it, so you have to sell it. Then add a third in order to get the more splendid one. Like Rashi, it's possible. Rashi also didn't mean specifically before you purchase the first one. Rabbeinu says the Sipra go to the Rashi, Daf Kamar and Shabbat. But says no. Rashi means specifically what he writes. The ain mainly show you can't ask if he's hello ain dover ketza dover. There's no end. You find another one which is even more beautiful. You're gonna have to add another third. You could say it's only the first time around. Times the hidden mitzvah, and that's how you fulfill hidden mitzvah. Base. That's the opinion of the Tush. Class of esrog shvei lot seisbo. You have an esrog which is suitable to fulfill the mitzvah. Matzah acher noyim, and you found one which is more splendid. Mitzvah lo siv ad shlish with the meir rishon. So it's to add up to a third over the price of the first one. Kidei lachlipo to switch it. B'yosin for the more splendid one. Kamashon. Now, for Rabbeinu, says the class of b'zeh loshon. But says it writes no. However, Shem Motzei, Shnesrog, you find 2 esrog you can purchase. One is more muhura than the other one. You can take the more muhura one. It's not more than a third from the outside, which is a half from the inside. It's half of its purchase price would be 100. Let's say bought it for 100, so half that would be 50. Which then, if you add it on to 100, make 150. That's a third of 150. That's called a shlish milagav, a shlish milabar, third from the outside. Oh no, so it's Lishmi Lagav. Sorry, Midei Chaber. It's Lishmi Lagav. So actually you add 33 and a third. Sorry, 133 and a third. Sorry. Classical Russian Rashi Shadai Lokon. I wrote the like language of Rashi, we didn't purchase yet. I forgot the Russian tour, even though the Russian tour explained that Felix Shekvar Kona, that it's even when you already bought one, and come nevertheless came to Rak Milsa, the hitter. It's not only about the Ikar mitzvah, but rather about beautifying the mitzvah. Lo chashar shlachmer, which says it's not concerned to be machmir in this regard. The Imtam said Kosab, shlish milagav, and that's also he wrote it's a shlish milagav, which is the lesser form of a third. Ubemes Gemara Yisho B'Teiku. Gemara is not actually questions whether it's a shlish milabar or shlish milagav. He's lenient in this matter. The shlish milagav was shlish mesok shekara. Because a third of the on the outside is a third on the inside. Who shlish mesok shekara is a third of the value. That's what you just purchased. Milbar, but from the outside, shlish on the outside of mechsa, it's a half. That's what shekara then that's what you bought. The brackets. Mashik shemagin avlam. Sifkan hey b'shem yam shel shleima. Okay. So that would say, well, what happens to get 100 esrogim one after another? The rates of Tochaka and Sham, the answer is difficulty. Finish classing local cloud. It's not different. The Rak Pama, as we said previously, the Rak Pam Echorami, okay. Don't make him keeping on escalating, only one escalation, one upgrade. Ben the Perish Rashi, Ben the Perish Rosh, whether it's going to Rashi or the Rosh. So Dina nearly Shnokal Achmir, Krosh Vatur, the Shev Shaleh, Rashi Barkana. So Arukh HaShulchan says he should be Machmir. Like and even if you already purchased an esrog, if you find another one for a third less than a third more, for a third less than the original one's purchase price, and you can sell the first one, then you should upgrade. Kimmel, Yesh Ambasation Pirishes that Pirish Achel Garment. Those explain another interpretation altogether. The low kai al estam esrog. It's not talking about generic esrog. If you find one which is more splendid. There's no a limit up. Just means to say, shir esrog have a kabetza. The measurement of an esrog is minimally the size of an egg. Shesh esrog kabetza. But sometimes you have an esrog precisely the size of an egg. Certainly can't be more. But sometimes shir is so narrow in its achievement of the proper measure. And then you found a good which is larger. Since it's at up to a third of the prior price, they can also to buy the larger esrog. That's a smag, the Shem Rabbeinu time in the Rosh, Baba Kama. I was trying to heater and other times heater besides size that you're not required to upgrade. According to this, it wouldn't be applied to other mitzvahs, or the Minikwa Tin and Esrog. It is also in terms of the measure, it's only if you can switch it and add on a third of the original purchase price. A person doesn't receive, the seller doesn't want to receive the original esrog back. Also, you have to buy the new one as well, and the is not required to do so. Says it brings both interpretations. Up to a third, that comes out of your pocket. Over a third, comes out of the pocket of Hashem. Up to a third, it comes from his pocket. He doesn't get reward in this world. Baruch Hu will reciprocate in this world. The Word says that if person, some say if a person is rich, Hashem has given him wealth, he has to add for hidden mitzvah even more than a third. The halacha brings different opinions. If somebody who has difficulty finding a food, if he has to go into strain himself and add a third for hitter or not. Assume not. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. The Ocha Be'er Solomon said, if a person spends more than a third, so then he eats the fruit of his mitzvah in this world, and the principle is still retained for him for the world to come. The Ramon writes, mitzvah or veris, so he doesn't have an esrog or some other passing mitzvah. Ain't so about based on He shouldn't spend a great sum on them. Moshe, like it says, somebody who's spending money should not spend more than a fifth, even for a mitzvah which is time contingent. But that's mitzvah say. There's only that mitzvah say, of course, a positive command. I will also say if you have a negative command that you will need to avert, you think you should pay up all your money before you actually violate it. It's unclear. We can be asked. It means up to a fifth of your wealth, not the purchase price. Well, you have to spend on the mitzvah. But you came back to super Rabbi Gamliel. So that's an elef zuz. About an esrog. That's the case. When they want to tell us about Rabbi Gamliel, they gave 1,000 zuz for an esrog. To tell us how mitzvahs were precious then. Not if he said Gamliel elef zuz yosim mechamish l'chasav. You have to say, according to this interpretation, that 1,000 zuz was more than a fifth of his estate. Located, if not hayom b'chulim medina, he'd be required to spend that much according to the law. This is astonishing to say. He was a nasi and extremely wealthy. Everybody says, it seems that this is just an example. It's not a logical. They pay a chomish for a mitzvah. In which case, you won't be able to give any other tzedakah because it certainly does. If you only have 5 sloim, and which you could use in order to redeem your child, or to buy an esrog, you can ask, you should buy the esrog. This mitzvah is going away. And the other one mitzvah will still be there. You can redeem it at some later time. Mr. B'Yalach says, but if you can be yotzei with somebody else's esrog, even though it's a mitzvah to purchase your own, nevertheless, in that case, the redemption of the son takes precedence. With that, you should know the beyond the vision, you're confronted with a dilemma. Yontav Rishon is coming up, and in one place it's a little but no minion. Makay Yashmi Lulav, the other place is a minion, no lulav. Shita Shatzach Lech Makam Lulav. It's clear you have to go to the place of the lulav. People have to shade and even other days of Yosef. If you can down be Yechidus, Yelech Lamakam Lulav. You should go to the place where the lulav is. Only if you can't daven where you are, even be Yechidus, Yelech Lamakam Shiyaz, just go wherever he wants. The Shnei Rabbanan, because they're both Rabbanans. But wherever he is, for some reason he also can't say Shema. Yelech Lamakam Shiyaz Palalim. You should go then to the place where they're davening. But I guess the other days of Sukkot, not the first day. First day also lulav the rice all over, so therefore it would be equivalent to Shema, so therefore you should pick lulav. Bracket says, that you can violate halacha out of fear. Also like korban, that means to the korban, is not allowed them to sacrifice, and therefore let the korban. So it should be. It seems like where you're allowed to sacrifice in those circumstances. Ain't raya. Those nishkin raya. It's not proved. That's myself chayso. It was an extreme mitzvah. I say imam so. I ain't shameduk. Hey, in Esther Domi Korban, we bought Esther for a large sum. She muhuda mode, which is very very muhuda. Somebody else came and stole it or cut it up. Upaslo and or apostle in some other way. Those who say he doesn't have to give back a Mahura Esrog, especially not a big Esrog, he's giving a kosher Esrog. If you raya for Baba Kamak, if you set aside an ox for a Kolban, somebody else came and stole it, the thief can pay back with a sheep, because they're both Karbanos. So there's no comparison. A korban really has no value. You can't sell it. You have to bring it to the Beis HaMikdash. They put that so but zomi manner. That's why you exempt yourself with one which is cheaper. But the Esu is worth money. You can't sell it. So therefore it's obvious to pay it according to what it's worth. Partially, this is clear. Okay. So in the brackets, if somebody sold an Esrog and was found rotten inside, the buyer has to prove that it was rotten when he purchased it. Pshita, so he says, but it's partial. That wasn't so much time by the buyer that it could rot during that time. You can go back to the seller and demand your money back. Etc. The people sell with not taking a price, I guess, and the luck of the draw with the esrog. I got him to say lokeach. In that case, the buyer loses out. Tough Asian zayin. Think Atani Yodel Nanea. The child who knows how to shake the lulav. A child knows the shake lulav. Chai lulav is required to take a look at the chancham mitzvahs, educating mitzvahs. The Be'er says it's poshut that these have to be meaning ksherim, like by an adult. Otherwise, it's chayil for psul. This Yisham says not just to shake elamolichu, maybe malamorid ayin sham, but to go through all the motions. Our children take lulav and they make brachas. I don't know why not. They don't shake in all directions like Yushami. I feel even they got to the age of chinuch. It's not because of any deliberate reason not to, but because they don't know how to do it. Okay, this was where we're supposed to stop today, and we will therefore stop here for today.